Welcome to day 2 of our 5-day fertility mindset coaching workshop. If you haven't done so already, please do watch the first video on comfort before watching this video. Today we're talking about coping. So today we're going to be learning that you only ever experience life through the lens of your own thinking. So what that means is information, stimulus comes into our 5 senses, and our mind looks to our past, our library of memories, to make sense of what's happening in the moment so that it can make a decision of how to move forward into the future. And this all happens in a split second. So something comes in, our brain goes, looks through the library of our mind, our subconscious mind, makes a decision and moves forward. So how this impacts our lives is that two people could be watching exactly the same thing in front of them and experience it in very, very different ways. So somebody who loves fireworks will be stood there going, ooh, wee, oh, isn't it beautiful? Isn't it wonderful? And their body would be feeling excitement, exhilaration. They would be feeling entertained. But if someone stood next to them who has a fear of fireworks, like my dad, he'll be going, oh, oh, oh God, oh. Every single time. I don't know why Dad still goes to firework displays. He hates fireworks. He's always like, can we stand 5 fields away? And my mum's like, let's go right to the rope at the front. So yeah, if someone's really scared, they're going to be feeling fear, anxiety. Their body's going to be telling them, this is not safe. Get away from the boxes of fire and explosions. So can you see these two experiences? And this is caused by a memory and experience in the past when your mind is looking. So the person who loves fireworks will go, great, yeah. Think of all those parties we've been to. Think of the amazing memories of like New Year and fireworks. Like, oh, yeah, I love them. It just feels like a celebration. It feels really exciting. Whereas my dad, who's scared of thunder and lightning, is remembering a memory from his past when he was a child. There was a thunderstorm and he literally thought he was going to die. So the fireworks display is triggering that, I'm not safe, I'm not safe, I'm not safe, trigger in him. So, can you see, same stimulus, same information coming in, 2 different people, different memory library. So how this relates to infertility is that it can get to the stage when you're trying to conceive that your memory library is so full of memories that create a negative reaction in your body that trying to conceive in itself becomes a trigger for feeling unsafe. This is why you may be feeling anxiety, worry, just feeling unsettled in your body. This is because when information comes in, your brain makes those decisions. Your brain then releases the appropriate chemicals to your body to tell your body what to do. So if it's a positive experience, your body releases endorphins and happy hormones, and you're like, yeah, oh, a sunset, oh, that's great. But you see another negative result and it can pull up fear, anxiety, sadness, because you're looking at the memories in the past and you're going, when this happened in the past, it meant I wasn't pregnant, I didn't get to have a baby, I didn't get to be a mum. You're then predicting the future and going, well, if I'm not pregnant now, what if? This can be a huge trigger when you see a pregnant woman, especially if it's a friend or family member, or even thinking about a friend or family member who's pregnant, can create anxiety, upset, anger in your body. And that's obviously not a normal reaction to seeing a pregnant person. Imagine when you very first started trying, you would see someone who was pregnant and you'd be like, oh, that's going to be me soon. Like, oh, this is so exciting, isn't it? Oh, a bit nerve-wracking. Oh, it's going to be me. Or you would see a pregnant person and just have absolutely no emotion. You see how it's only when your memory store and your predictions of the future are affected that you're then having the reaction of, you see a pregnant person and what happens is you go, that is what I want. I don't have that yet. This has been my current experience. This is what I imagine the future might be like. And if you're imagining there is no pregnancy, there is no baby in your future, your brain is going, fuck, that doesn't feel safe. That does not feel safe at all. Cortisol, adrenaline, flood the body. This isn't safe. Run away and hide. And if that continues month after month after month, this is when you can be experiencing chronic stress, anxiety, worry, sleeplessness, digestive problems, all the kick-on things of ongoing stress. So what my job is to help you change that reaction. So when you get incoming stimulus, so this is one of the things, one of the amazing transformations that happens through working with me and using these tools, is that at the start of working with me, clients are seeing pregnant people and triggering upset, hurt, anger, sadness. By the end of working with me, they're seeing pregnant people, and it is, instead of being a trigger for fear and upset, it is a trigger for reminding them, yes, that's what I want. Yes, that's what I can have, hopefully. That's what I'm working towards. Instead of it being, here is a pregnant person, I can't have that. Because for the majority of people, it is possible. Obviously, some of you may be listening that you know that natural pregnancy for you, or even pregnancy through treatment, isn't possible. Maybe you're looking at surrogacy or donor eggs or adoption. And again, instead of seeing that pregnant person and going, they have the life that I want and I don't get that, you're like, I can have that life. I can have the family that I want. And it's kind of opening up the possibilities. So there are so many different ways to become a mother. And it's not about saying, I am going to have that. That is the way it's going to happen, like demanding. But it's stopping the negative stories that are saying, that isn't available to me. Because that is what is triggering the stress and the worry in your body. So on Thursday, I'm going to be teaching you how to actually clear the memories and beliefs that are here that are creating this worry going forward. But today, what we're going to do is learn how for you to really recognize that you are not your thoughts. And the way we're going to do that is using the storyteller method. So this is something I teach in the Embrace Fertility method. So along with your email, you have a PDF with a list of all the different labels that you can give your thinking. There's time traveling, when you're trying to be Marty McFly and you want to jump in that DeLorean and off you go. There is going back in time where you're just remembering all the things that have happened in the past. There's catastrophizing when you're like, oh my God, I've got a chocolate cyst. That means it's definitely going to cancel my treatment. I'm going to have surgery, all of this. You're running away. You're not actually using the facts. There's mind reading. This is especially appropriate, especially with our partners. We're like, he or she is going to think this. They must be thinking this. And it's all going on in our head. So you have that storyteller sheet, and what I'd like you to do is save it as the screensaver on your phone. So whenever you pick up your phone, you are reminded that there are all these different ways of thinking. And then I'd like you to complete that sheet at some point today. And just pick an example of a thought that comes into your head. And then go through the sheet. I've given you an example as well of when I was going through IVF, of the type of thoughts I was having and how that works. So go through and complete the sheet. And then ask yourself the question, is this true? Because a lot of the times, especially if we're time traveling or mind reading, it's not true, it's a story we're telling ourselves. Then ask yourself, is this helpful? Is this thought helping me right now? And in the majority of the cases, no. It's not helping you because it's creating anxiety in your body. So in your ebook, the first opening chapter of my upcoming book, I explain all of this in more depth. I explain how information comes in, our mind makes a decision based on the past and its predictions of the future to experience the moment. So there are images in there that you can look at. I tell a story about how my body went into stress response and the chain reaction that went. The reason I'm sharing both the ebook and talking about it in this video is we all learn in different ways. So some of us will learn best by reading and seeing images, diagrams. Some of us will learn best by listening, and some of us learn best by actually being told something, taught something face to face. So this is why you have the different ways of learning. So you're taking this information in and actually solidifying it, adding it to that memory bank, rather than just watching something once and kind of going, oh, okay. You want to solidify it in and then be practicing the technique. We're also today going to be doing the emotions game. So you have this image today, matches my picture. The emotions game shows, so you can look, you have a look at this image, has all the different emotions right from fear, grief and powerlessness down at the bottom, all the way up to love, joy, gratitude at the top. And at any given stage, you are on one of these steps. And by asking yourself the question, what thought can I think to feel better now? What thought can I think to feel better now? This does two things. The first is you've had the awareness that you are thinking. That in itself is huge. Then you're asking yourself with the thought, whatever, if you're feeling on one of those lower steps, it's because your thinking is creating the emotion, and that's why you're on one of the lower steps. If you change your thinking, you raise or go down the steps. Ideally, we want to be raising up. I'll just show you again. So you can see a little person on the step. So you ask yourself, how can I feel better now? And you want to be raising up those steps. So at any given moment, you can ask yourself, the reason there are cards, it says stick or twist. So it's like a poker game. It's like, do I want to stick with the thoughts that I'm having, therefore stick with the emotion I'm experiencing? Or do I want to twist? Do I want to turn over another card, think another thought? And then gratitude is our kind of ace card. Gratitude at any point helps allows us to jump some of those steps. So normally we just do like one step at a time going up, but the gratitude card kind of bypasses everything. So you can see gratitude is right up there at the top. So I want you to continue with your gratitude practice. So every day sharing 3 things, ideally in the Facebook group, or tag me on Instagram, or just email me directly. But ideally come into the group. It's a lovely community. Start getting to know each other, introduce yourself. A lot of you are going through such similar things at the moment, and having that community around you can be so, so supportive. So share 3 things in the group with the hashtag gratitude, and I want you to share why you feel grateful for them. So I feel very grateful today that I am able to produce this video and share it with you. I'm grateful that I have the technology and the time and the means to be able to do this and share with so many of you. And that's because it makes me feel useful and happy and very, very lucky that I get to share these things, because if I'd known this stuff sooner, I could have saved myself so much heartache, so many years of tears and upset and struggle when I didn't have to. And this is why I am sharing it with you. I also want you to listen to your reset button again, so you should have listened to it first thing this morning when you woke up, and then one at a time throughout the day. Oh yes, I mentioned a tiger. So in the ebook, please do read that. It's about 20 pages long, so it's not too long. And it just talks you through how your mind works, how your thought system works, and how, so if a tiger comes into the room, your brain will go, there's a big tiger. And then it will look at memories in the past. So basically all the time, your primitive mind is going, am I safe? 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 The whole time. So the second something comes in that doesn't feel safe, goes through the library and goes, friggin' tiger! Don't tigers eat people? Tiger, there shouldn't be a tiger. Why is there a tiger come for tea? then releases cortisol and adrenaline in your body so that you can fight that tiger, so you can run away. And to start with, you'll just freeze to start with for that split second while your brain's deciding what to do, and then you'll fight or run away. So I talk about a story in the ebook about me experiencing this. It wasn't actually with a tiger, it was with a city fox. But yes, you can check that out. And the whole point is, through these techniques that I'm teaching you, instead of infertility being the tiger in the room, infertility and not getting pregnant being, I'm unsafe, I'm unsafe, I'm unsafe, I'm unsafe, the whole time, because that's what it can become. That it can become this chronic stressor the whole time. A diagnosis on its own of infertility without any of the rest of the experience is very stressful. And obviously, generally, by that point, you've already been trying for a year and feel that, something isn't quite adding up, what's going on. So you've got that worry and concern building. So yes, today we're looking at separating you from your thoughts, because there is you, and then there are your thoughts. And they're not you. You are separate. We can't control the thoughts that pop into your head, but you can control if you decide to run with those thoughts and add more similar thoughts on. So whatever platform we are on that emotion board, we would generally have more and more similar thoughts. We think similar thoughts to the one we've had before. So if you choose to stop and ask yourself that question, what thought could I think now to make me feel better? It's like, well, I could do something else. I could distract myself. I could listen to a 3-minute MP3. I could do my gratitude practice for the day. I could read the ebook. You're breaking the thought pattern and therefore doing something different. So today is all about separating from your thoughts, because you have this inner well of peace and stillness. So in the ebook, I talk about the fact that it's not about adding on this positivity, this hope, this relaxation. Adding this on top is kind of like sticking a sticking plaster on a broken arm. It doesn't fix the problem. The problem is your unconscious mind has all these memories, and stress is linked to infertility. Therefore, trying to chant affirmations saying I am pregnant, or I am relaxed, I'm so fucking relaxed, it's not going to make you relaxed, because you're not dealing with the triggers, the thoughts that are coming in. So that's what we're going to be doing on Thursday, is looking at how you can actually change the triggers so your mind has a different reference point. Tomorrow we're going to be looking at really connecting in with this part of you that is just, if you remove the negativity, remove the triggers, remove the stress, you are naturally relaxed, naturally positive, naturally hopeful, and believe that good things will come. That's what we're working towards. But today, the next step is purely to realize that you are not your thinking. Be aware of when you're thinking. Ask yourself that question. Ask, is it true? Is it helpful? Do your storyteller sheet and write down all the different things, and just become really aware. So what I want it to be by the end of the week is you have a thought, and instead of allowing that thought to create the emotion in your body, because that is always the case, we cannot experience emotion until we've experienced the thought that creates the emotion. And it will happen so very quickly. But if you're feeling worried, it's because you're having worrying thoughts. If you're feeling sad, it's because you're having sad thoughts. If you're feeling happy, it's because you're having happy thoughts. That's how it works. Read the ebook, explains it all in more depth. And I will see you tomorrow for the next video.